Welcome back to Conversations with Katie Hall. I had an opportunity to have a conversation, a very important conversation that is, with dynamic women leaders about the competitive edge with grace, kindness, and building life confidence through sports.
My thoughts go back to a young girl that I saw in the classroom. I started up an athletic program at a private K-8 school, and I went around observing just the classrooms in general and saw a young girl who had her head down in the classroom, covered up her papers, and went on to coach a basketball team. But when she got out on the court, totally different girl showed up, and her confidence shone on the court. And that's why I ran that program. It was not to win championship teams, it was to get kids who felt that pressure in the classroom, give them a space to be who they truly were, and where they felt confident. And to see that translate back into the classroom later and see her grades increase, her grades get better, that's where my thoughts go, is that then representation matters. She saw other girls, she had that opportunity to get out there and really shine and increase that confidence was incredible. Yeah.
When I was younger, I was not the kindest person, and I talk all the time about it was deeply connected to a lot of our, the brokenness that exists in our household, and experiencing homelessness, experiencing foster care, feeling abandoned and unloved. And so I had to put in a lot of work to become the woman that I am today and to become the listener. So it's so easy to stand up here and, profess who I am as a leader and list strengths and discipline, but it took a lot of becoming, a lot of grace, a lot of thoughtfulness, a lot of practice to be the woman that I get to be today. And so I just encourage all young girls to just keep that in mind, that day by day, you can't be me or someone else. You need to be you, and you will continue to become that woman every single day that you're trying.
I would just add on that's part of the competitive edge for yourself, to become better as a kind human or compassionate human. You can be competitive on the field or in the workplace, as well as your own personal development of who you are. And that's a competitive edge also.
And I think part of that, competitive is not negative.
Right.
I mean, I think so for girls, and when I was growing up, competitive was like the worst thing you could possibly say, because kindness is a binary. That is not true at all. And in fact, the kindest thing you can do for me, Beth, is tell me how to be better, push me to be better, tell me when I'm not pulling my weight, hold me accountable, keep me competitive. Like that's being my trusted teammate in a team environment, and the kindest thing you can do for me, because I want to be better, and I want us to be better. And that was the piece that I think that for me, it's the same side of the same coin. It's not binary.
In talking about daughters and sports, and I did sports in high school, not at the levels of the people I'm sitting with, but my daughter is a very competitive ultimate frisbee player, and she's been on the best teams in the world and not the greatest teams, and has learned so much in each situation. And when she was younger in high school and her team was reforming, and she was so frustrated, and she's like, "Mom, this team's no good, it's not as good as last year," and she was really frustrated, and I was like, this is your opportunity to, define yourself as a leader or not. And I think in that moment she realized, you step up as a leader and you have to be kind. If you are trying to make other people better, if you are trying to have the best team and be the most competitive entity, you have to bring out the best in others, and you can't do that if you're not kind and you're not willing to try to lift others up. And so I think, yes, absolutely, they go hand in hand.
Looking forward to having more conversations with those dynamic women. And now we want to get back to Portia. She's going to talk to us about the strength that it really took to rebound from her injuries.
As I think about support, I first think about when I first hear my news about me tearing my ACL and meniscus, the amount of physical support I needed, I couldn't even bear, I couldn't even imagine. Just 10 months of recovery felt like a lifetime, when all I did was train and practice every single day. Even though I was recovering physically, my coaches and my friends, they were trying to continue to feed my soul and my mind. But I took that time to just think about my identity outside of basketball. And I think about Girls on the Rise and how that program came when I was in my 4 months of recovery, and how you guys really talked about young, powerful women and just staying resilient and staying tenacious. And I just continued thinking about that. Like, I need to be this resilient young woman. I need to continue. I need to play the sport that I love. The biggest lesson I learned was that I was more than an athlete. I wasn't just an athlete. And I was just mentally preparing myself just in case I wasn't going to be the same player I was before I was injured. As an athlete, there are a lot of things that are celebrated, like breaking scores or championships. But to me, I want my legacy to be my contributions to those who were never able to tell their story. And you know, I think about my time in student leadership and all the things I was involved with, but the biggest thing I enjoyed doing was just giving tours to those Spanish speakers and making them feel welcomed on that first day. And I think about my class right now, how I'm a peer and a teacher to kids with disabilities, and I'm teaching them just basic social skills so that they can integrate into a normal life, right? But I thought I'd be teaching them when they're really teaching me, and I'm learning from them. And I love being in that class, and I love learning from them and being able to be a role model for them.
Can you believe it? We are out of time. Thank you so much to our guests, and thank you for watching. Join us on social media and follow Conversations with Katie Hall.
I want to see a bigger increase in women playing sports. And a role that I play in that is that I try to be a positive role model to the younger girls, and I try to encourage them. And I think, you know, just my responsibility in that is just putting my hand back out to them.
Perfect. Give me another one just since you're comfortable.
Who told you I was comfortable? Welcome to the show. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're welcome.
I'm so sorry.